anything that's based on a true story has to do very well in the market. So I was like, okay, it's based on a true story, and then it's a very prominent character. There's greenery, there's everything, and then suddenly there are rocky mountains, volcanic erupted mountains and rocks everywhere, and zero vegetation. And when I went in front of the camera, when we started the shoot for this movie, I felt like I'm standing in front of the camera for the first time in my life. I have given more than my 100%. More than 100% is that extra effort.
Yeah.
Means, did they see you and then write the story? I said, no, it was already written and it's based on a true story. And since I'm perfectly going with the character, I can't, spoil it. So I gave my best.
The Q Abhimugathil in Shagun Jaswal. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
You are from Himachal Pradesh, right?
Yes, I'm from Shimla.
Yeah, and finally you ended up in Kerala film industry. How?
Yay. I would say it's a journey north to south. And how? So I started from a beauty pageant, which was Miss Shimla. And then I won Miss Shimla first runner-up, and then I went for Femina, and then I got my first Punjabi movie, then I did another Punjabi movie, then I tried my luck in modeling. I did modeling for a few years. And then slowly, gradually, I reached here. I shifted to Mumbai. I started doing commercials in down south, and I came to Kerala like 3 times before the shoot, 3-4 times before I started the shoot for this movie. And so that's how maybe somebody somewhere saw me and approached me for this movie, and here I am.
And when you heard the script, are you excited about that? Because it's a movie with a wide range coverage.
Actually, the first thing is that it's based on a true story. So when anything that's based on a true story has to do very well in the market. So I was like, okay, it's based on a true story, and then it's a very prominent character, which is like a stepping stone in my career. So I was like, I want to do it. I was very excited for this.
Okay, Malayalam film industry is one of the best film industry that produces good films in Indian industry as well. And you are a part of it now. And how do it feel?
I feel nervous. And then half of the things, my friends will make me realize, and everybody is going to make, it's like when things are happening with you, right? You don't realize it that time. It takes time. So, I'm right now in that wow thingy. So I'm just spellbound right now. I'll take time to digest it because there's a long way to go after this.
Okay. Even if it is a Malayalam movie, it has been shot in Djibouti in Africa. And it is another topography, we can say that it's another topography. It's very different from Kerala itself. And are you fine about that? Because it is a Malayalam movie and it is shot on another place.
Definitely, I'm happy about it. So I'll tell you, even in the movie, you'll get to see the landscapes. There's greenery, there's everything, and then suddenly there are rocky mountains, volcanic erupted mountains and rocks everywhere, and zero vegetation. So see, in the movie it's looking beautiful, but we actually went there, we shot over there, so it was painful because it was very hot over there. The temperature was normally 52 degrees and humidity is 85%. So it's like, but it was nice.
Even
overall.
if it is your first movie in Malayalam, you had been working with a lot of great personalities in Malayalam movie industry, like Amith Chakalakkal and Dileesh Pothan. Dileesh Pothan is one of the best directors in Malayalam film industry right now.
Yes.
And how it helped you?
Well, okay. I'm glad you asked me this question. I was extremely scared about my dialogues. Everything is okay. Sometimes what happened in my mind was that if I'm doing the lines, then I'm not able to give expressions. When I'm focusing on my expressions, then I'm not able to do the lines. So whenever I was performing with Amit, or Greg was there, or Dileesh Pothan sir was there, So, there used to be a very serious atmosphere, and seeing people being really serious about their role, the work, about their job, makes you want to do your best. So it was a very great experience working with Amit, and also because language was an issue, so they helped me with the language. Everybody, even the director was very patient with me, so it was good.
Yeah, Malayalam is a very hard language to understand.
Definitely
and,
it is.
and the director told me that there was a session before the shoot has started, and there was a 10-day session for you.
Yeah, there was a 10-day workshop for me. So I thought initially that maybe in the workshop they'll teach me the language, they'll work on this, they'll work on that. But Kulur Marsh, who took my workshop, I mean, he's a very intelligent person. He made me unlearn everything. And then we did a few exercises in the workshop, nothing related to the language at all. And when I went in front of the camera, when we started the shoot for this movie, I felt like I'm standing in front of the camera for the first time in my life. Yeah.
So you have a lot of experience. 2014, your first movie has released.
Yes.
And in 2021, you are doing a Malayalam movie and you are feeling like it's your first movie.
Definitely. And apart from everything, I did feel like it's because I have given more than my 100%. More than 100% is that extra effort.
Yeah. And you're doing a Hindi web series now. It's on C5. It's
Yes.
Chakkalackal.
Yes.
And what about that?
So I'm playing a second negative lead in that, and as I said, it's a negative character which turns out positive at last. She's a spoiled girl. That's completely different from this. That I did like flawlessly, because that's one stereotype character which is not bad. I mean, like, if you are asked to do a character, so you'll obviously imagine those things which you've seen before in your maybe television or movies or whatever. So that character was that. But of course, nothing is easy. But this project has been extremely different and big, and something that made me work really hard.
Coming to your career, the first film that you has been acted is shot completely not in India.
Yes.
It is Pattaya, I think.
Yes,
Yeah,
Thailand, Bangkok.
Thailand, Bangkok. And
Yeah.
now in 2021, you're shooting a Malayalam film and it's also not in India, it's also
Yes,
in Djibouti.
yes.
And do you feel it's a coincidence?
I feel it because I'll tell you something. So my first movie, again, I'm playing a foreigner in that, Punjabi foreigner. So if I can't speak fluent Punjabi, that's also okay because it goes with the character.
Yeah.
And that movie was also 30% shot in Chandigarh and 70% it was shot in Thailand. And this movie, again, the coincidence is that I don't know the language, and this is also 25% shot in Kerala and 75% shot in Djibouti. Yeah, it's a coincidence, and both the projects were really big. But I think this is bigger than that because it's an international movie, also based on a real story.
Yep.
So I think this is bigger than that.
And when we are seeing the trailer, it has a dialogue that a girl has arrived from Africa.
Yeah.
What? A white girl from Africa?
Yeah.
Is that excitement was there in you while shooting the movie?
I was so excited. You won't believe when my friends saw the trailer, even the song which is out now. My friends asked me a question in Hindi. They said कि इस movie की story क्या तुम्हें देख के लिखी गई थी? Means कि did they see you and then write the story? I said no, it was already written and it's based on a true story. And since I'm perfectly going with the character, I can't, spoil it. So I gave my best.
Okay, Djibouti is going to release in Kerala, and Kerala people is very very critical people. They see movie in a very critical way. What are your expectations when Djibouti is going to release?
I'm sure people are gonna love me.
Sure.
I'm sure about it because it's not only I'm sure maybe people have this notion that okay, they've taken a girl from North. It's just for the sake of glamour, but it's not just that. There's performance also. There's a lot of performance in the movie.
And all the best for that.
Thank you so much. you.